name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have our October Shelflove Crate. So this is a crate that I do purchase for myself every month, $30 plus shipping and handling, and it gives us a newly released young adult sci-fi or fantasy book. I've really been loving this company. One thing that I'm sure you guys have sort of noticed is that they have been late for the last few months. I do want to say that they have been completely upfront. Anytime they learn anything new, I have had some issues with other companies in the past where they do not give updates at all for months and months. And so I really do commend them for keeping us up to date. I know that they had switched suppliers or packers this year, but also things that have to come in from overseas, especially from China, have been taking longer. Because of that, they are not doing a December box for this year, so we just have October and then November. However, they are doing an advent calendar for December, and I have already purchased that. I'm so excited to see what is going to come in that one. So I think that one includes like 24 items that I believe are going to be individually wrapped, and so I'm very excited. I actually am pretty sure I remember the theme for this box for October. It was page to screen. I also know the book in here because they are one of the boxes that tell you the book up front, which I have always enjoyed when they do that, because even though I don't know everything else that comes in the box, and some months I forget what book it is, I at least up front know what I'm getting into with this, and I know not to purchase it for myself, because there have definitely been a few times where I've wanted to buy it, but I knew it was coming in a box. So we're gonna get past all this talking and jump right on in. Okay, so the first thing we have on top looks to be, it's a little bit bent because they had it sort of folded, oh, not folded, like bent over the other items in here, probably to make sure everything fits. One thing that I noticed in this box and in the last box is our spoiler card has not been on top. I'm just gonna sort of go through this without it and hope that, you know, we're doing all good, because I usually like to show you guys the art from the spoiler card first, but we'll just have to do it when I come to it. So this is obviously a print. I actually think it's multiple prints. So we're gonna open this really quick. And then because, I'm still trying to get into it, but because this is bent a little bit, I do think that I will end up putting it under some heavy books to sort of hopefully get that fixed. Okay, it looks like we have 3 prints in here. I did take a little spoiler look at the titles of them just because I wanted to see how many prints we have. I don't know all the art, but this one so far I do think is my favorite. So this is for the Illuminate files. I really enjoy this. This one looks like we have Katie obviously on our front. But it has the Illuminate files, Katie Grant, Ezra Mason, Nick Malikov, Hannah Donnelly, Asha Grant, Jackson Merrick, Ella Malikova. So this is gonna be like all of the main characters from the 3 books in the series. We also have Aiden down here, and then just sort of like a Shelflove Crate Presents sort of thing. So that one, really cool. I love the details. And it looks like it says the director of photography on here is Dania Cantu. I'm probably butchering that name, but I'm pretty sure that is who the artist is. Then we also have A Court of Mist and Fury. Same director of photography, so probably again the same artist. This one we have Fabra and Resand. So again, I'm probably gonna butcher all these names, but they have all the like cast at the top. And then we have one more print, which is for A Darker Shade of Magic. So this is probably Kel. Hopefully that's not too glary. I feel like it's harder to do it because it is bent a little bit. There's a little bit better. But again, really pretty. Same director of photography, so probably, again, like I said, that's the artist. These are freaking amazing. I love the artwork on these, and I could definitely see me putting them up somewhere. I don't have any place in the library / living room because there are bookshelves like almost on every single wall, but I could probably put them up in the office because these are just absolutely gorgeous. Those aren't gonna display very well on my shelf. They're gonna fall over, I bet. Let me just put them down. Okay, we have lots of squiggles to this time. So the next item we have in here is a Honeydukes popcorn container. There's the color for it. So this is a very, very cute, just like a little plastic popcorn container. It's the same on all the sides, but it's the traditional like pink and green. It says Honeydukes Legendary Wizarding Sweet Shop. And I don't know if you guys can tell on here, but we do have like little chocolate frog like silhouettes as well as candies. And this is just absolutely adorable. I could see this definitely being something that you'd want to display maybe like some little candies in, like those like hard candies that you find like at every grandma's house. But this is really adorable. I don't know who it's by. I will leave all the links to the creators in the description in case I don't somehow mention them on camera because of the fact that my spoiler card is probably at the very bottom of this box. Okay, the next item we have is obviously some sort of fabric item. It feels very, very light, so I have to assume it might be like a scarf or something. And right now I am absolutely loving the colors on this because like I get like blues and purples on that side. And there's some like greens and teals. Okay, yeah, this is very, very thin, but very, very soft. It has to be some sort of scarf. Oh, this is gonna be a big guy. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna have to move the camera back because there's no way, I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you this right up here. Okay, so everything is turned around a little bit. So like not everything is facing the same direction, but we have our purple side first. We have like a fish and a lion and a flower, and there's birds and castles and wolves, I think. There's our wolf face down there. We also have then like a dragon, but it has 3 heads, so maybe it's like a hydra, more birds, a sun, a deer, a stag, and then we have like an octopus or a squid. I think it's a squid, and a bear. This is so gorgeous. I don't wear many scarves just because of how freaking hot it gets in Arizona, but this is really pretty. I could totally see it being worn so many different ways. And this winter, as it does get a little bit cooler, maybe I'll just have to figure out a way to do this because oh my gosh, so freaking pretty. Hopefully the camera's back in a pretty good position. But yeah, so we have our pretty scarf. Put that in our little thing there. Okay, and so I did find our spoiler sheet in there. So this was the cover art. The cover art is always done by Kat Adara, who is just amazing. For November, again, I do remember the theme, but it's also here. It's reading the restricted section, so it's gonna be like banned books sort of related. I believe November might be sold out, but I'm not entirely too sure. But the fandoms for that one are going to include banned or challenged books such as Harry Potter, Twilight, The Handmaid's Tale, and more. So that's gonna be very exciting. And yes, page to screen. And so like the first thing that I saw on here, just because I wanted to look, it's a Game of Thrones inspired scarf. I've read the first book, don't see myself continuing it all. Never seen the TV show besides maybe like a couple episodes. Just not really my thing. No wonder I didn't know what it was, but it's still freaking gorgeous and I love it. Okay. These are adorable. I'm in love with these. Oh my gosh. Okay. I believe they're like, I don't know what they're gonna call them on the spoiler sheet, but they look like those like little wine charms that you put on like wine glasses so that people can tell whose cup is whose. I don't really drink. I don't have friends over that drink. I don't own any wine glasses, so I'm not gonna really have a reason to have it that way, but oh my goodness. This is Lord of the Rings themed and I am so excited. Okay, so I just pulled them out of the thing. We're just gonna go from what I have on the top of my hand. But we have Aragorn and Legolas and Frodo, Gandalf, and finally Gimli. These are so freaking adorable. Personally, I think I would have liked more hobbits included on this, but that's only because like Pippin and Sam are like some of my favorite characters. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but my dog is named Pippin after the Lord of the Rings character. So, yes, but these are super adorable. I actually might find myself making something different out of these because of the fact that I would probably never use them for their intended purpose. But these are so freaking adorable, and I love it. I love it. And apparently, according to our spoiler card, they are called mug charms, but I think it's because they don't want to talk about alcohol. But they were made by Tara Lee. Okay, this is going to be very intriguing. So it is a very thin piece of paper, but it's very rough on the back as well. But it says, be wise, be brave, be tricky. I absolutely love the like art style on here, like the font style. It is super cute. But I'm gonna have to look this up. Okay, so this is a Coraline inspired like heat transfer. So you can put this on like a shirt or any sort of cloth item and iron it on basically. And this is freaking adorable. So you can basically customize what you want to customize. And it looks like this was done by Droniel. Another one that's not gonna stand up on my shelf. Then we have our chess pieces. And let me put them together before I really talk about them, but it is who I thought they might have included for the page to screen theme, and so I'm very excited. Okay, so our chess pieces designed by Silkatara for our page to screen box are Clary and Jace from the Mortal Instruments. I, again, really love these chess pieces. They are some of my favorite pieces in these boxes, even though they're like bonus pieces because we're collecting the full set. I think it's supposed to be by the end of the year. These, according to my sheet, are numbers 27 and 28. I currently have 22, I'm pretty sure, because they also include these in their like special bonus boxes, which I usually don't get, but you can buy them then separately once they link them on their website. So by the end of this year, we should have 32 pieces. Because they are not selling a December box, the December pieces are going to be also put up on their website, although I did see that it's going to be an unlimited number of pieces, so I don't think we have to worry about them running out, so we can definitely collect our set. I love the design of these. The only thing I would say is I sort of wish there were more runes. You can see a couple on like Jace's collarbone area if it focuses in enough, and then you can see a little bit on Clary's like wrist, but that's about it. Otherwise, really cute. I love, love, love the chess pieces, and so super excited for these ones. And then I think that was the last thing in there besides our book, so let me dig that out because there is just so many squiggles in here, way, way more than usual. So first thing with the book that I'm excited that we actually have is our bookmark that goes with our spoiler sheet card. These again are done by Katadara. We did not get one in our box last month, or at least I didn't, and I know there were a few other people that didn't as well, but I love these. I'm so glad we have the one for this month. And then we have the Gracier by Kim Ligget. It did come with a signed book plate, and let me just tell you, this is like one of the cutest signatures I have seen in a while, and this cover is even more gorgeous in person. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell, but there's like some little shiny bits because they're like, the book is like that velvety feel for the dust jacket, but that part is more slick, a little bit raised, and they're like flowers on there. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell, but it's really, really pretty. The cover under the dust jacket has a flower on there. That's not the flower we have on the dust jacket, but the ones on the end papers, this pattern of flowers, this is the same pattern of flowers that we have on that dust jacket. And this one is obviously in our page to screen box because it has already been optioned for a film, I believe. But this one, I have heard it compared a little bit to The Hunger Games as well as Handmaid's Tale. I don't know much else about it, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It looks super, super pretty. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm not sure if I knew exactly what this was about, but it has been on my to be read list on Goodreads for a little while. So apparently this is about girls who have a sort of grace year when they're 16. So basically they are sort of banished to release their magic into the wild, because it says that these girls have a sort of like, I guess, aphrodisiac to their skin, or at least they're told that they do, that tempts men away from their wives and whatnot. So very interesting at that point. But it says not all of them make it home alive. And so there's obviously something else going on with this. It definitely seems like it has some of those like Handmaid's Tale sort of vibes, and the fact that we have some very powerful types of, maybe not necessarily metaphor in here, but stuff that like could definitely pertain to society as a whole, but is obviously being talked about in a sort of like fantasy book. I don't know how much of this is fantasy, how much of it is true, because it just says girls are told they have a power, so who knows exactly how much of that is fantasy related. But I've heard some pretty good things about this. This is a very intriguing cover as well. Like, I just noticed that the ribbon in her hair turns to blood at the bottom. And for such a pink cover, it seems very dark. But yeah, very excited about this one. The reason it had been in the box is because it has already been optioned for, I think, a film, and that's also very exciting. And yeah, definitely intrigued to read this one. And so that was everything in the box. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up Mondays and Thursdays, so I will see you then. Bye!